guys, so before I get into this video at all, I want to say that if my makeup looks a little off-putting in any way, I just did the no mirror makeup challenge, so my hair though, that's why it might look a little off because didn't really have a mirror to do it, and I wanted to film today. And also, other thing, I'd like tried to fix it up a little bit so it might look nice, it might look bad, don't really know. Anyway, this is going to be a different video, and this is going to be like how to cope and deal with anxiety, I guess, best way I can put it. And personally, I have anxiety. I've had this for about a year. I think I might have had it my whole life, but I've had panic attacks within the past year. And I really want to just talk to you guys about it almost and just be open. I tried to film this video like, this is going to be like my 5th time trying to film it throughout the past year. It's something uncomfortable to talk about. I don't walk up to people being like, hey, I'm Brooke, I have panic attacks sometimes. Hey. Like, it's something that if you're really, really close to me that you know, and yeah, like it's not something that my extended family knows, or that like the girl that sits next to me in math class would know, you know? It's just, it's more personal, it's more just like, this is me, and it's okay. I haven't had a panic attack in a while, so that's great, like legitimately that's wonderful, because they're really scary, you think you're gonna die, and yeah. Anyway, I wanted to kind of talk a little bit more about them in general. So I had my first panic attack last year when I was a sophomore in high school, about May, so like May 2014 was my first one. I'll tell you guys a little bit about it, I guess. It doesn't really affect me completely anymore because it was so long ago, over a year ago, but basically I was chilling out in health class, doing my thing, right? And it might have been a little bit before May, actually. It might have been like maybe April. It was like around like that springtime, and I was watching something in health that just made me very, very uncomfortable. And I don't know why. It was about an eating disorder. I'm not really sure. I'm trying to think which one. I think it was just anorexia. Not just, but you know what I mean. That's the one that they're talking about in the video. They're showing people who are very, very thin. It still kind of freaks me out a little bit. I don't know why. I've never had one before. I eat. I'm not stick thin, you know, I'm fine. I actually went for a run today, you know, I try to be healthy. So that freaked me out a lot, and I had some water with me. For some reason, I happened to put water in my bag that day. Normally it's in my locker or something, so I opened it, took a few sips because I was very uneasy, just not feeling great. And then I was just like I felt shaky and dizzy, and then I was gonna faint, basically. So I was like, teacher, hey, and like, normally I'm kind of more quiet, I just like raise my hand and wait for the teacher, but this time I was like, can I go to the nurse? And how does that look? You know, that looks so bad. It looks like that I have one and that I feel uncomfortable and I have to leave the room. And I'm not saying, like, if you have one, like, that is not what I'm trying to say at all. It's just, I personally don't have one, so, you know, I'm not wanting people to think that I have one at all because I'm fine. I don't want people to worry or anything. So that just did not look good. My health teacher later approached me. She was like, what's wrong? Like, do you have something that you want to tell me? And she approached my friends in that class and was like, does she have one? Like, all this horrible stuff that legitimately I don't have, and I don't know why I had a panic attack at that moment. Just, I guess medical stuff really does freak me out, and I guess that extreme stuff does. I guess so. So I was walking down the hall. The nurse's office is a little bit down the ways, but not too far. Walking down there, and my favorite teacher at the time, like, he came up to me and was just like talking to me like normal, and I'm like, okay, like, he's really talkative, so I kind of like politely pushed him aside. He didn't know anything that was going on, and he didn't know anything was wrong, basically. And then I go into the nurse's office. The nurse is not there. She like walked out of the room. A few kids were in there just hanging out, whatever. So they were like, you don't look good at all, like, go sit down. Because I was like waiting. I was like standing there like not looking so hot. And I lay down. The nurse comes in, like, the girls are asking me, like, have I eaten, all this crazy stuff. I'm like, yeah, like, I ate all this different stuff, so. basically I just went home and it freaked me out so much. I didn't really know if I had a panic attack at that moment. I really didn't grasp that very much. So I just was kind of like, don't really know what just happened, but I'm gonna go home. Okay, so I went home. Like I said, the next day I was approached by like the teacher, my friends being like, huh? And I'm like, look at me, like I mean, I guess you can look fine, but not actually be fine, which, I'm trying to be like really sensitive. I'm not trying to offend anybody when I say these types of things, but I look healthy, I feel healthy, I am healthy, I don't have an eating disorder. That's what I was basically telling the people that asked me. I'm like, no, I'm fine, it just freaked me out in some way, I'm sorry. So, yeah, then, like, that was a movie that was cut into, like, 2 different classes, so we watched the beginning half when I had that, and then the second day that we watched it, I asked to go to the bathroom, because I knew if I said the nurse again, people would be, like, legitimately wondering what was going on. Not just a few people, not just my friends and the teacher, everyone in the class would be like, okay. So I went to the bathroom for about like 10 minutes and I was waiting because it was basically the end of the movie, so I was like, okay, if I stay here long enough maybe it'll be done, but I can't stay here too long because then people will really think things. So I got back and the movie was over. They were going over like vocab and stuff, I think. And I think actually the next day that happened, I went to the bathroom again because they're going over vocab for eating disorders. I can't handle that topic. It freaks me out. That's something, I mean, this is like even making me a little uncomfortable right now, but maybe because I can control it, not so much, and plus it's been a while, I feel like I'm a lot better. But yeah, that freaked me out to no extent, and I feel so bad saying that because it's, you know, something that I should be compassionate over, not be like, oh my god, I'm out of here. That's like the first one that I really remember having. I might have had one before. It's kind of, I'm not really sure if that was a panic attack or if that was just me like legitimately just feeling like queasy, so I'm not gonna tell that story. But yeah, I had a few others. I had one when I was on vacation with my family. I was in a very crowded, compact arcade. Just like went outside, like put on, like it was probably around 10 o'clock, just like put my legs between my head, my head between my legs and just like closed my eyes and just was like breathing. That's a tip I have. Tip numero uno. If you are feeling like you're gonna die and you're all like wobbly and stuff, legitimately sit somewhere. In that moment, you don't care what people are thinking about you. You don't care if they're like, oh, like, what's that person doing? You don't care. In that moment, all you're thinking is, I need to live. Like, it sounds really overdramatic, and it is overdramatic because you're not actually dying, but you don't know that. So that's a big tip I have. Just no matter where you are, take a second, sit down, head between legs, breathe, close eyes, go in your own little world. And that's what I did, and it made me better, but I was still a little off for the rest of the night. And then the last one that I think I've ever had, like I said, there might have been a few in my childhood, but I really don't classify those as much because it was such a long time ago, I don't really remember, I guess. And I guess this is really a lot of my story. I don't really expect it to be this much, but the last one I really remember having was a few months, I think about a month after that. So these were basically like month after month after month, like once a month or so. I was in driver's ed and we were watching a movie on car crashes and stuff, and there was one, I don't remember what it was about. Just something about, it might have been like diseases or I don't know, something like that. They show you guys, like show people in driver's ed. It's one of those, and it freaked me out again, kind of like the health video. It freaked me out to no end. So I asked to go to the bathroom. There was actually a bathroom like right next to the class, but I wanted to go the farthest one possible because I wanted to have that nice long walk back and forth. Even though going there I was very like uneasy, freaking out and stuff. And I almost considered telling the girl next to me, who I'm not friends with really at all, just we're acquaintances. I almost considered telling her, being like, hey, I'm having a panic attack. help me please, but I was like, I kind of was really almost gonna tell her, but I didn't, and I just kind of fought through it, went to the bathroom, did the same head thing with my legs on the toilet, really classy, but, you know, made sure it was clean and stuff, and put like toilet paper down. Doesn't really matter, I still had my clothes on too. It's not really hygienic, but I was freaking out, okay? And then I went back, and everything was better. Like, I just kept drinking water. I don't know why I drink water when I'm like anxious and stuff, it just kind of helps. Yeah, so that was kind of my anxiety story. That was kind of, I don't know. It was therapeutic to talk about. It's been a while since I've really had an intense panic attack like those. Things that really make me nervous are like escalators, elevators, indoor malls, heights, airplanes, boats, all that type of stuff really gets to me. And I don't know why. It's just me. It's who I am. And I try to deal with it. I really do. But what you gonna do, you know? I don't have panic attacks anymore. Like, I haven't had one since, when was that? Like, July of 2014. I haven't had one since that I can remember. I have taken some medication in between when I was going to Ireland, because that trip was very anxious involving for me. So I took some stuff with that, which I'm not going to talk about like at all, but I just want to let you guys know that I went through the panic attacks on my own, but anxious events, I guess, not really so much. I want to be normal, and it sounds really stupid and stuff, but teenagers love going to the mall, and I have to think about, okay, there's an escalator in Macy's, and there's one in Sears, so I can go in those ones, or there's one right when you walk out to the right of this store, or I mean elevators. Did I say escalators? I meant elevators, because elevators are much better than escalators for me. So yes, ladies and gents, that's kind of my story and all this different stuff. I guess bottom line is you're not alone. You're not, and so many other people have this that have said stuff and haven't said stuff to anybody else, and it doesn't matter what category you fall into, as long as you can figure out yourself and really kind of work with what you got, I think it'll be all okay. And I have people in my life, the few people that do know, really support me through it, and they really understand it to the best of their ability. And they help me, like I said, to the best of their ability. Because unless if you have the exact same thing in general, like if you have cancer or something, unless if you have cancer, you're not going to understand fully what that person's going through. Just like that in general. So I've never really had this much of a talk on YouTube before. I feel very, very, what's the word? Thing one. I'm wearing a Thing One shirt. I'm feeling very just like, whoo, just like letting it all out on the table, which makes me a little nervous. And I don't really know if I'm gonna post this, but it's important. It's important for people to hear it, and it's important for me to be like, it's okay for me to know that it's okay for people to know, you know, because it's not something that's gonna. It's not a horrible thing. People have it, people don't. Either way, you're fine. Either way, you're a person, you're normal. And I know I just said I want to be normal, but it's just, you have some of these moments sometimes where it's just, yeah. I think that's it for us, guys. But on a lighter note, I have conquered some of my anxious moments before. I went to the top of the CN Tower, which is the tallest tower in Canada, I think. It's in Toronto, that's all I know. It's really super tall, though. I went in that, glass elevator all the way up, it's crazy. I've been on planes, I've been on boats. I don't let it stop me, always, but sometimes maybe a little bit. I'm just gonna stop filming now because this is gonna be a butt crack to edit, and yeah, so hope you guys liked this. Please let me know if you actually found this helpful and if you actually stay to the end, because I feel like many people are gonna peace out. That's okay. Either way, I got this off my chest, and whether I upload this or not, I'm gonna feel better. So thanks for watching, guys. I love you all so much, and feel free to leave your stories below. I can support you and, you know, just give you a little, even if I give you like a little heart emoji. I love you guys a lot, so thanks for supporting me, and I hope you guys don't mind this new side of me, basically. So yeah, I love you guys, and I will see you guys in my next video. Thank you for watching. Please be sure to subscribe, comment, thumbs up, and all that jazz, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye, guys. I'm going to show you guys an overview, and then we'll go into it more in detail. This is what it looks like.